Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my students? I really miss you every time I leave you. Now we have our new video for our last lesson for Unit 4 in your Cambridge Global English. Today we are going to finish our unit with the last lesson, lesson 5. Okay? Before we start our lesson, I need you to know the difference between these two words. Let's read them first, then discuss the difference between them. Biography and autobiography. What's the difference between biography and autobiography? When you get a sheet of paper and you start to write the story life of your father, your grandfather, your uncle, someone you like, anyone. When you do that, when you write about different person or another person, so you are writing a biography. When you talk about other people, when you write about other people, you are writing a biography. But when you take your paper and start to write about yourself, you talk about your life, you talk about what happened to you, you are writing an autobiography. Okay, so a biography is the story of a person's life, any other person, different person, any person you know, any person you like, anything, anyone that's written by someone else. But an autobiography is to write about yourself, to write about your life, to write about what happened to you. When were you born? How did you spend your childhood? What happened in January? What happened to you last summer, and so on. So here you are writing about yourself, so you are writing an autobiography. So we have two different words, biography and autobiography. Okay? Now we need to look at these before we start our lesson. What is this? Yes, it's a village. It's a village. Village is a place where farmers, people who grow plants, live. Yes, this is what they do in the village. They grow. Yes, they grow plants. Okay? How do they grow? They grow using seeds. They use the seeds, the smallest part of the plant that you put in the ground or in the soil, and it becomes bigger and bigger, and it grows up. You put the seed like this and it starts to grow every day. We say grow up, grow up. So repeat after me, please. Village, yes, village. Grow, yes, grow. Seeds, yes, seeds. Grow up, yes, grow up. Nice. Here we have what? Nice, yes, it's figs. Figs. Do you like figs? Okay, figs. What is this man doing? Yes, he is picking figs. Pick up figs. Pick up. When you take something from the tree, you pick up. Pick up. For the last time, repeat after me. Village, village, grow, grow, seeds, seeds, grow up, grow up, figs, figs, pick up figs, pick up figs. Okay? Now, let's take our first part of the story. We have here a biography about Wangari Maathai. Wangari Maathai. We will know who is she, what did she do, but before we read, I want you to look at the picture very carefully to give you an idea what you are going to read. Okay? And I want you to look at these 3 questions, to think of them while you are reading. Try to find answers to them while you are reading. When was Wangari born? What did children pick from the trees? Where did Wangari go to learn? Okay? Now, let's hold your pencil and open page 98 in your learner's book. Hold your pencil and follow what you are going to listen to. Follow with your pencil line by line. And don't remember these 3 questions to find answers to.
Wangari Maathai, Mama Trees. Wangari Maathai was born in 1940 in a small village in Kenya. Green trees covered the land. Families grew food in small gardens. A little river brought clean water to the village. Women and children picked figs and other fruit from the trees. They used wood to make fires for cooking. Wangari loved her green and beautiful home. When Wangari grew older, she went away to school. She studied in the United States and in Germany.
Okay, would you like to listen again? Okay, but be very careful. Listen.
Wangari Maathai, Mama Trees. Wangari Maathai was born in 1940 in a small village in Kenya. Green trees covered the land. Families grew food in small gardens. A little river brought clean water to the village. Women and children picked figs and other fruit from the trees. They used wood to make fires for cooking. Wangari loved her green and beautiful home. When Wangari grew older, she went away to school. She studied in the United States and in Germany.
Okay, can you tell me the answer to the first question? When was Wangari born? Yes, it's in the first line here, in 1940. Good. What did children pick up from the trees? Yes, here you can find it, figs and other fruit. Okay, where did Wangari go to learn? It's in the last line down, United States and Germany. Good boys. Now let's move to the second part of our story today. And once again, I want you to hold your pencil and follow in your learner's book line by line while you are listening. And once again, I want you to find answers to these questions. What happened to the river? What did the people sell to other countries? What did Wangari do to help? Okay? Now, let's listen and try to find answers to these questions.
When Wangari came back to Kenya, the land was very different. The family gardens had gone. The trees had gone. The sun had dried the earth. The wind had blown away the soil. The little river was dry. The people in Wangari's village now worked for a big company. They grew tea that was sold to people in other countries. Women and children walked a long way to get clean water and firewood. Wangari felt very sad. What could she do to help? An idea came to her. She would plant trees. Kenya could become green and beautiful again. Wangari took seeds from trees. She planted the seeds in her garden. She watched them and watered them. The seeds grew into little trees.
Yes. Now, can you help me with the answer to this question? What happened to the river? Yes, well done. At the end of the first paragraph, the little river was dry. Okay. What did the people sell to other countries? You can find it here. They grew tea that was sold to people in other countries. So the answer is tea. Okay. The last question. What did Wangari do to help? Yes, she grew trees. She decided to plant trees. Okay. Now let's move to the last part of our lesson and our biography about Wangari. Again, hold your pencil, page 100 in your learner's book, and help me with the answers to these questions before we read. Yes, what did Wangari say about planting trees? And what did they call Wangari? Okay, let's listen and try to answer these questions. Sorry?
Wangari gave the little trees to the women and children in her village. Together, they planted rows and rows of little trees. Every day, the women and children watered the trees. The trees grew. Soon there were figs and other fruits to eat. There was clean water in the little rivers. There was wood for fires to cook food. When we plant trees, we plant the seeds of peace and hope, said Wangari. People all over Africa planted trees. They wanted to do the same as Wangari. Millions of trees were planted. People named Wangari Mama Trees. She became very famous. Little things make a big difference, said Wangari. My little thing is planting trees.
So, what did Wangari say about planting trees? Yes, it's here. When we plant trees, we plant the seeds of peace and hope. Yes. What did they call Wangari? Well done. Yes, Mama Trees. This is the title of our lesson. Okay? Now let's look at activity 2, true or false. Read each sentence. Is it true or false? Number 1. When Wangari was a child, there were no trees. Yes, of course, false. Number 2. Wangari was sad because the trees had gone. When she went back, she was sad because there were no trees. Yes, that's right, true. Number 3. Many people planted little trees in long rows. Yes, this is right, true. Number 4. People cut down all the new trees. No, false. They cut down the old trees, not the new one. This is false. Number 4. Number 5. The new trees made Kenya a better place to live. Of course, when we have trees in any place, it becomes a better place to live in. Yes, this is true. Now, we are going to arrange these 5 sentences about the story, about the biography, about Wangari Maathai. Number 1, Wangari took seeds from the trees. What happened next? What happened next? Read the 4 sentences and tell me. Yes, Wangari planted the seeds and watered them. Very well. Well done. Number 3. What happened after that? She took the seeds and planted them. Then watered them. Okay. What happened next? Yes. Wangari gave the little trees to women and children in her village. Yes, this is number 3. So we have here 2 and we have here 3. Okay. What happened after that? Yes, together they planted many rows of trees. Together they planted many rows of trees. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Then finally at the end what happened? Yes, the trees grew big, fruit grew on the trees. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally this is 5 in the middle. Okay, now I want you, before we finish our lesson, to help me with this activity. Here we are going to write an autobiography. You are going to talk about yourself. We said at the beginning of the lesson, biography is to talk about someone else, but autobiography is to talk about yourself. Okay? Here you are going to talk about yourself. Where were you born? I was born in Jeddah, for example. So when you write this sentence, you are talking about yourself. So when you talk about yourself, it's an autobiography. Autobiography. I was born in Jeddah. You can tell us something else, something that happened to you. When I was, say anything, for example, when I was 2. For example, when I was 2. What happened to you when you were 2? When I was 2, I learned to walk. When I was 2, I learned to walk. Okay. Then something else. When I was 3, what happened to you when you were 3? Yes, you learned to what? To speak. So you can say, when I was 3, I learned to speak. So you can say here, when I was born in Jeddah. When I was 2, I learned to walk. When I was 3, I learned to speak. What would you like to do when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be an engineer? Do you want to be a teacher? What do you want to be when you grow up? You want to be a scientist? You want to be a pilot? You fly planes? What? When I grow up, I'd like to be, and you write here, what would you like to be? I'd like to be an engineer, a doctor, an artist, a footballer, anything you like. When you write these answers together in a paragraph, so you are writing an autobiography. When you talk about yourself, it's an autobiography. But when you talk about someone else, it's only a biography. I hope you enjoyed our lesson today, and I hope to meet you again in new videos. Till then, please be careful and take care, and don't forget to go on the electronic gate to find your worksheets and answer them and ask any questions you like. Thank you very much. Bye bye.